Hi, Oscar. Okay, so if you don't have it already, get yourself a backdrop. Just buy 3 rolls of paper. You don't even need the big ones. You can get the ones that are like, I don't know if they're 36 or 48 inches wide. I think 48 inches is really pretty optimal. Get a white one, a charcoal gray one, or lighter if you want, and a black one. And I'll tell you why. It's because I see a theme where you're trying to do these environmental shoots, and it's tough. It's really hard to find a place to sit somebody down where there's not distracting compositional elements in the background. And it's really tough to shoot in front of a window, right? As we're seeing, in your first contact sheet. Where was it? All over. Well, I'm just seeing all kinds of light reflection, and it's just really like, these are tough. I could tell you tried really hard, but it's tough. It's tough to sit somebody down any place other than in a studio and get a good shot. It's done all the time, but I think honestly, my experience tells me that it takes getting it right in the studio first, and then taking all the knowledge that you gained learning how to get it right in the studio, and then taking out into environmental shots. Because I want to look at this guy. I think that this guy probably would have been really fantastic, but instead I'm looking at the window, and I'm looking at what's behind the window, and I'm looking at the woodwork, and I'm looking at this little thing sticking up right here in the shot, maybe in this one, I think I find the background the least distracting because the light on him is so dramatic and goofy. So that's my feedback, is really do it in the studio first and then take it out into an environmental situation. Because looking at your setup shots, where's your setup shots? I saw them in here someplace. Here they are. I also think that you're really struggling to figure out the right place to put your lights, and these are really high. The light setup here these lights are so high. I would expect to see these, 1, much closer to your subject, and 2, lower. So anyway, so let's get back to your shots, your main shots. Where are they? Here's one. Okay, so you've got your key light on the side. You've got pretty much like a 1 to 4 or 1 to 5 ratio here, and that works. The hard light, the high ratio, that works pretty well on your subject. If I kind of make my mind get rid of all the background noise. Same here, and the white balance is actually pretty interesting, I think, in this case. That yellow light that you've going on him, I don't know if that's coming from a reflector or something that you're shooting through, but that's actually pretty interesting. And again, it's about 1 to 4, 1 to 5, so that works pretty well. And then here, it's leaning towards a 1 to 8 with a really intense blowout, and I might actually find this image pretty interesting if we cropped it a lot, like this. Then this is about the viewfinder size of your camera, and so this could be a very powerful shot. And you can see where it would get rid of all this nonsense, going on over here, and it would get rid of the fact that his entire sleeve is so blown out we can't even see it. Okay, so I can see by all your shots. You have a lot of shots here. You worked really hard on this. You talked to him for a long time. I think you did yourself a service also, just having a conversation with him and trying to shoot him while he was talking, because oh, that's an interesting shot right there now, isn't it? Because that's going to get people. That's going to get them a little bit more candid, But you need to get some studio equipment and set some backdrops up for yourself and get rid of all this nonsense. I don't know if you've taken photographic design yet, but if you submitted this sort of stuff in photographic design, that's what you would hear is like, ooh, oh, this really isn't doing a whole lot of service to your subject. It's kind of taking away from him quite a bit. So get yourself some backdrops, man. And really, you'll find that your learning curve is way faster if you don't have to deal with all this background nonsense. And then once you learn your lighting equipment and your lighting techniques, then you can deal with all that background nonsense. All right. Thank you, Oscar. This is really fun to look at. I think that you really did a nice job choosing an interesting model, and I would keep his info that he might actually be helpful to do again. And you might be able to get some shots for him that he could have back for his business for whatever reason. If he's doing the world of finance, if he's in the world of finance, a lot of times it's really helpful for people to have very good headshots that they can use, so that you guys might be able to help each other out again. Okay, thank you.